Welcome to the My Reader Minutes. Before I get started, I just want to say everything on my channel is alleged and, in my opinion, and done for entertainment purposes only. If you're new here, welcome. To all my new subscribers, thank you for joining me on my journey. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's free. Now let's get into it. I just want to talk about Cardi and Offset for a second. Not going to stay on them because I really don't care one way or the other. You know, it's unfortunate that they can't keep their family together, but I'm like this. Usually what you see is what you get. Okay? You meet a guy, and now this has nothing to do with Offset and Cardi specifically, but you meet a guy, he already has 3 or 4 children with other women. Red flag. He's always been promiscuous when you were dating, when you all were supposed to be an item. Second red flag. And I don't know why the balloons went up. And you marry him and think that you're going to get something different. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. People are who they are, and people usually show you who they are up front. You just have to pay attention. Now, granted, you would think at a certain age they'd get it, right? And that's on both sides, men and women, mostly men though. And I'm biased because I'm a woman in my experiences, but normally, unless you just, I'm not saying it doesn't happen on both sides, it can, but normally, or what I've heard of more, let's put it that way, what I've heard of more is the man just can't get it right. But again, if he has a pattern, usually that pattern doesn't change. Now, his tactics may change, but that pattern doesn't. So where I'm at with it, it's like I said, it's unfortunate that they can't keep their family together. And there's no need trying to stay together for the sake of the kids. Because, you don't want to become, volatile or combative or that other word, a word, in front of the children. So you don't want that. So you want to keep it, copacetic. Is that the word? I don't know. I don't think I said it right. Anyway, y'all know what I meant. So, yeah, like I said, it's unfortunate that they can keep it together, but I think I heard like somewhere her friends are kind of happy that she's kind of trying to let it go. They know she filed for divorce. This isn't the first time she's filed though, y'all, I don't think. So keep that in mind. Not that I think she's going to go back. However, she could. Come on, she's pregnant. And, babies will bring you together for a second and you might think, oh, I need to be with my family. This is what needs to happen, blah, 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 blah. But then that mirage disappears. So I'm not saying she's not done, but I'm not saying she's done either. So we'll have to watch and see if you care to. You know what I mean? That's their thing. And, like I said, I'm not really interested either way. Again, they'll work it out it'll work out the way that it's supposed to because it's already written. If you believe in the word, that's where I always go back to the word. Everything happens for a reason. Who's to say that her splitting up with him may not open the door for Mr. Right to come in and take care of her and her 3 kids? And then she might be living happily ever after with the next dude. You know what I'm saying? Who's who's to say? Sometimes you got to move one thing out the way before another one can move in. I try to, spin it in a positive way, right? But we've all been there. Well, let's just say those of us of a particular age that's lived in the world and has a little bit of experience. I'm not saying I don't have a lot. I haven't, I've mostly been in long relationships, but the longer in a relationship, the harder it is to break it off. And when you think you're done, sometimes you're just not done. It happens. It happens. I just feel like when you're in the public eye, it's hard. I think it's harder because like everybody, even people you don't know, is in your business, right? And you have a spotlight on you. So people are watching and say, what's she gonna do? What she does is her business. Either way, if she decides to try to make a go at it with her husband, the father of her 3 kids, I'm not gonna knock her for it. But what I don't want her to do is to continue to take the crap from him. If he wants to run around and do stuff with other women unprotected, allegedly, then he, is not really making it safe for her. Because like my mother and my father and my grandmother and everybody else before me said, everything that glitters ain't gold. And you'll lay down with something that you ain't gonna be able to shake. A pill ain't gonna be able to take care of it. A shot ain't gonna be able to take care of it. And then there you go. Just saying. That don't have a face. So you have to be careful. And my thing is, if you out there being reckless, you're not gonna bring that stuff home to me. That ain't happening. We don't do that here. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Shout out to Anonymous T. No, 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 no. But yeah, I feel for Cardi. So there is an article TMZ ran. And it just says Cardi B's divorce filing from Offset just got a little more interesting. Because we know now she wants her estranged hubby to cough up child support, including for their 3rd baby. TMZ has obtained the divorce docs, and they spell it out clear as day, noting the couple is expecting their 3rd child together. And not just that, but Cardi is demanding Offset to cough up dough to help support their 3 children. As I told you, she's also seeking primary custody of the children. Something that's also confirmed in the divorce filing here. In terms of why they're splitting, Cardi is citing irreconcilable differences with no chance of patching things up. One last thing that's noteworthy about the docs. Cardi says she wants their personal property acquired during their marriage to be divided up. Well, she says divvied up equally. There's no explicit mention of a prenup in the docs, but that doesn't necessarily mean they don't have one. The filing came just before the rapper dropped the news she's expecting a 3rd child. Remember, she's also shares culture and wave with Offset. As we reported, sources with direct knowledge told TMZ the split wasn't about cheating. It was just a case of 2 people drifting apart over time, with the breakup being a long time coming. And I get that too, because you grow up. Sometimes you grow up. And Cardi being there, a mom, you got to think about what your daughter's seeing. You got to think about what your son's seeing. And sometimes, it's not always good to have daddy running back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because that stuff is instilled. The behavior pattern is instilled, and somebody's got to break that. And you don't need your kids thinking that that's the way mommy and daddy are supposed to really act. Now, I agree that it didn't have to be about cheating, even though it probably has something to do with it. At this point, her thing is do what you got to do. I'm over it. she can take care of herself. She can take care of him too, because I think she's the breadwinner. But long story short, they're not going to ever come together. And I mean, it's too much history. It's too much history there. She's never really going to trust him. And, sometimes you just got to grow up. And sometimes it men take a long time to get there, especially when you think you the hot, you the hot boy on the block. Not to say that Offset is washed up, because men stay viable for a long time, and by him being in the public eye, he's getting, I'm sure, plenty of offers, pretty women. Cardi's come a dime a dozen in his industry. You know what I'm saying? With all the butt, the boob, and you know what I mean? So unless you are blind, deaf, whatever, and just can't see, hear what's going on, I mean, you got too much chatter, stuff being thrown in your face, too much opportunity, especially if your wife is always on the go, on the road, doing her thing, and you're not with her. Because it ain't like you watching the kids when she gone all the time. I doubt that. Yeah, like I said, that's unfortunate. Like I said, I know this wasn't the first time that Cardi had filed for divorce. They said this is the second time she's filed. She filed back in 2020, but then she changed her mind. And y'all remember that? Because I remember something about she had taken to social media, which she always does. This time, you notice she didn't do that. Somebody must have told her, get off of social media. Nobody needs to know your business. Because if you decide to go back today or tomorrow, then that's your business. But she had gone on this rant about how she was done, do. And then the next month, she was back with him. And then she was mad because people were saying stuff. So, like I said, she could be done. She might not be done. Like I said, that's on them. That's their stuff. I don't care with one way or the other. I just wish them the best and that it works out so that the kids are first and foremost thought of before their personal wants and needs. So there's that. Tell me what you think. Is this it for Cardi? She gonna move on? She can't move, but so far she got 3 babies by him, so he gonna be around somewhere. But is this the end of Cardi and Offset duo? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Everybody be blessed. Peace.